St. Louis BBQ Society's 7th annual Freeze Q is a 2-day battle for bragging rights that also has raised over $25,000 for local charities. Joining us is Bill Kunz, owner of Highway 61 Roadhouse, which is hosting the competition. I want to make sure, did I get your last name right?
That's fine.
So that's a no.
Yeah.
Say your last name correctly for me.
Kunz.
Kunz. Okay, I should have asked you that beforehand, but thank you so much for being here. So we're going to talk barbecue, but first let's talk about, more specifically, just the event that's coming up, Freeze Q, and what the details are of the event.
Okay, it's this Saturday and Sunday, the 28th and 29th. We start at noon on Saturday, go to about 5, and then same on Sunday. There's live music Saturday and Sunday. And the whole purpose is the barbecue competition, but the benefit is it raises money for Carney's Kids, a great foundation that does work for kids in the community.
So people go to it. Do you buy a ticket to it, and then, or you just come and you?
No, you come. What we do is, and it's different than most barbecue competition, is we'll sell rib tips, and then the teams that are entered into the People's Choice competition have put up their sauces. So you'll try the sauces on the rib tips and then vote on which is your favorite sauce, giving us the People's Choice category.
People's Choice category, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. And so we're looking at, these are probably some of the photos from last year's?
Yeah, last year's trophies.
Last year's event. And so what are the categories then that you have? So People's Choice.
Well, People's Choice, which is, everyone doesn't have to participate, but the 4 traditional categories, which are ribs, pork butt, brisket, and chicken. Okay. And it is a qualifier. The winner will qualify for the Royal American in October in Kansas City.
Okay. So let's talk about the BBQ Society, because I was telling you I know some folks in town who are pretty hardcore into the smoking meat community. Yeah. So, I mean, tell us about the society. Who makes up the St. Louis BBQ Society?
Well, the BBQ Society, Frank Schmier, who owns St. Louis Home Fires, is the president, and then there's a board of directors. And it's kind of like any hobby; it's a sickness almost. You know, you're gonna, if you come out, there's not going to be guys out there with Weber kettles. I mean, probably the cheapest pit out there will be $10,000, and there'll be pits up to $60,000, $70,000. Wow. And I mean, these guys practice on the weekends. They try different woods. They try different times. They try different cuts of meat. You know, the big craze right now is use Wagyu brisket. You know, it's like $13 a pound. And, you know, before where brisket was the cheapest cut of meat and you had to cook it low and slow, now they're using these barrel smokers and cooking it high and fast. So it's like any hobby that, you know, you come out and, boy, these guys are really serious about this. And they are serious about it. You know,
So is it sort of like, is it just this ongoing quest to find to have the ultimate bite of meat? Is that kind of what it is? Or is it just more of, like you were saying, the trends kind of feed into it, like which woods you're using and sauces or which cuts of meat?
Yeah, you know, it's about finding the ultimate flavor. And the funny thing is about competition barbecue is, it's great. You got to remember that you have one bite to make an impression on a judge. So what you do in competition really isn't what you do in regular eating and regular barbecuing. Yeah. So, you know, you have to make that impression in one bite, and it's pretty hard. And it's hard to sit down. You know, you couldn't sit down and eat a 6 competition ribs.
Right. I hadn't thought about it in that way, even though that is really what it is, but it is that one bite is making that one bite the first impression.
Yeah, and you also got to play into what areas you are. You know, in Texas they like a lot more pepper. Down southeast they like vinegar.
I do.
You know, the interpretation of what barbecue is really depending on the area.
I do want to talk about that. We're going to take a quick break, but I do want to talk about that because there's literally stories and articles on the different types of barbecue and regions and what people like. We're going to pick that up, but I have the information there for you on the screen. It's the 7th annual Freeze Q benefiting Carney's Kids Foundation, a wonderful, wonderful charity. It's taking place this weekend, January 28th through the 29th at Highway 61 Roadhouse. For more information, they can go to your website, HWI for Highway, 61roadhouse.com. But don't go anywhere. We're going to have more with Bill right after this. We're just going to take a quick break.